Western Governors University is built for it. At WGU, school fits your life. Earn your degree online, on your schedule, with personalized support every step of the way. Our accredited bachelor's and master's programs are built with input from industry experts and respected by employers nationwide. Could a flexible, affordable degree be your next big move? The decision is yours. Learn more at wgu.edu.
President Trump is tightening his grip on the nation's capital. We challenged 9 AI chatbots with a head-to-head test. And have you heard? Taylor Swift is getting married. That's some of what we'll get to on the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, August 27th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Number 1. President Donald Trump called for the death penalty in all D.C. murder cases. The president made his longest on-camera appearance of his second term yesterday. It was a televised cabinet meeting that stretched for more than 3 hours. Trump claimed personal credit for what he portrayed as far-reaching changes in the everyday lives of Americans, and his subordinates stumbled over one another to sing his praises. Here's Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
So from the troops directly, which they ask me to say all the time, thank you for your leadership, for your boldness, for your clarity, for common sense.
One big topic of the meeting was Trump's federal takeover of Washington, D.C. He said he wants Congress to vote to extend his authority to commandeer the city's police department beyond 30 days. And he said he wants to see the death penalty imposed on every person convicted of murder in D.C.
If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And that's a very strong preventative. And everybody that's heard it agrees with it.
That announcement is likely to draw a backlash. And it's not something he can simply decree. A death sentence can only be imposed if a jury agrees. That could be a significant challenge for prosecutors in a city where opposition to the death penalty is widespread. The D.C. Council abolished capital punishment in 1981. FEMA employees were put on leave after criticizing the Trump administration. That's number 2. On Monday, more than 180 employees of the Federal Emergency Management Agency sent a letter to members of Congress. It argued that the agency's direction and the inexperience of its current leaders could result in a disaster on the level of Hurricane Katrina. That storm led to at least 1,800 deaths in 2005. The letter has not gone down well in the Trump administration. By yesterday evening, FEMA's Office of the Administrator had sent letters to several people who signed it, putting them on administrative leave. The open show of resistance from FEMA employees was the latest example of federal workers speaking out against the Trump administration's actions. Number 3. President Trump's move to take over the Federal Reserve risks further unsettling the economy. Yesterday, I told you that Trump plans to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. It's an escalation in Trump's campaign to assert more control over the independent U.S. central bank and its leadership. Some economic experts are worried. They say that undermining the bank's autonomy could hold potentially dangerous long-term consequences. Economists across the spectrum say the economy is in a particularly delicate spot. Trump's tariffs are driving up prices on consumer goods and threaten to push inflation higher in the months ahead. Now, Trump's insistence on lower interest rates raises the risk that the central bank might lag in fighting inflation. Number 4. Swatting hoaxes are sparking panic on U.S. college campuses. Swatting is the practice of making a false report of an active shooter in order to draw a dangerous and disruptive police response. There have been a dozen of these hoaxes at U.S. universities this month, just as students are returning to campus. This has sparked fear and chaos. Villanova University is a Catholic school in Pennsylvania. It was the target of 2 false shooting reports last week. The FBI is investigating these incidents. A spokesperson said the agency has seen an increase in swatting events across the country and not just at college campuses. These fake calls tie up first responders, strain public safety budgets, and can traumatize their targets. Number 5. We tested 9 AI chatbots to find the best one. If you've used artificial intelligence chatbots, you've probably seen them make some big mistakes. So our tech columnist Jeffrey Fowler wanted to figure out which of 9 major chatbots is the least wrong. He enlisted the help of librarians and created a test of 30 tough research questions designed to probe AI's weak spots. Like, how many buttons does the iPhone have? And what is the most comfortable type of underwear? The results were eye-opening and not all great. Each of the chatbots confidently made up wrong answers to some questions. But the overall winner was Google's AI mode. That's a different tool from the AI overviews you see when you make an old-fashioned Google search. The worst performers on our test were Meta AI and Grok. But whatever you're using, remember it's safest to approach all AI answers with a healthy pinch of salt. Cracker Barrel will keep its old logo after all. That is an earth-shattering number 6. Earlier this month, the restaurant chain announced a new streamlined logo. Gone were the images of a barrel and a man in overalls, whose name is Uncle Herschel, by the way. This sparked a surprisingly ferocious backlash. People called the new design sterile, soulless, and for some reason, woke. It even drew the ire of President Trump and his son, Don Jr. The whole episode sent the company's stock price tumbling. So, yesterday, Cracker Barrel said it would keep the logo it's been using since 1977. Good job, everyone. Number 7 today is even more earth-shattering. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. After 2 years of dating and months of speculation, the football player proposed to the pop star. The news arrived yesterday via a joint Instagram post. Despite being a millennial white woman, I am no Taylor Swift expert. But luckily, the post has a crack team of entertainment reporters and my co-writer Jamie Ross who are. And they have delved into every element of the big news. First, the ring. Our reporters say the symmetry and the choice of a diamond put it in the classically elegant category. But it also incorporates a few trendy aspects. Could that offer clues about her upcoming album? I hope not. The location of the Instagram photos is unclear. But it's a very staged botanical setting. That could give us a hint of how much planning went into these portraits and this announcement. And finally, let's take a moment to appreciate Travis's shorts. Yes, he wore shorts to propose to his girlfriend. It follows a long history of questionable style choices. But our reporters call it a big win for formal occasion shorts. There's of course a lot more to say about the Instagram post, but you all have places to be. So find the full analysis in our newsletter. All right, you're all caught up.